Stav, good morning. It's the start of day 4 at the Gazprom International European Dragon Championship here in San Remo. You had an incredibly long day yesterday, didn't get ashore until after dark. Tell us a little bit about yesterday and who you've got with us today.
It was a long day, as you said, Fee. The race officer sent us out for a 10:30 start, which was fair enough because there was a slight breeze at the time. But in fact we couldn't start until about 2, I think, but we'll get on to that in a minute. I've got Lars Henriksen here and Jean-Sebastian Ponce. Jean-Sebastian is from the Italian boat, 56, Giuseppe Duca.
Yep.
And Lars is helming himself. And you've got with you, Lars, who are your crew again? Can you remind me?
Fritjof Kleen and Andy Bakker.
And Andy Bakker, okay. Now these two guys sailed brilliantly yesterday. They're currently lying first and second overall after the 3 races. But we'll tell you first of all about the 2 races yesterday. We got underway, like I said, about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. They had to wait for the breeze to settle. And Jean-Sebastian,
yeah,
you won the race, didn't you?
Yep.
Now I was with Teddy, as you know, my 81-year-old American, and we were pushing the right corner on the first beat. And we got up around 5th, I think, at the top mark. You were about 2nd or 3rd at the top mark, were you?
Second.
Second.
Yeah.
And Russia 51, who went furthest right,
yeah,
was in the lead.
Yeah.
Tell me what you did then downwind.
Downwind, we just tried to play the shift and stay in the middle, and we got some line of pressure. We just tried to stay in those line, and we catch up a bit of ground on them.
Yeah, you looked like you got quite close to him.
Yeah.
Because then he took the left gate. Did you take the left one again?
We take the same gate than him.
Yeah, because he was obviously made so much ground on the first beat.
You're right.
So he wanted to dig the right corner again.
You're right.
Now Lars, you were also around the top 10 at that stage. Which gate did you take on the downwind leg?
I hardly remember.
I think you took the left one because
I think we took the left one as well.
Yeah.
Yes.
But you did actually play a little bit more middle than far right, didn't you?
Yeah, because we were a little bit in the dirt. We couldn't just go one way to the right, so we were playing the shift as much as we could.
Yeah. As what happens all the time with the big fleets. I mean, we have got 84 boats here, which is fantastic. And if you are fortunate enough to be in the top 10 or doing very well, and there was one way that paid on the first beat, everybody then knows that. And so the leading boats will go that way, and they get all racked up one after the other. And of course you can't really tack straight away because you have 80 spinnakers coming down towards you, so you have to hang in there a little bit and sometimes accept the dirty air just to get yourselves clear. In the first race, 51 in the end was over the line, wasn't he?
Yeah.
As it turns out.
Yeah.
But did you actually cross the line in front of him?
Yeah.
So when did you get past him then?
On the second downwind leg. Yeah, we were a bit faster than them.
Yeah.
So we catch up a lot of ground on the second upwind leg. We were, I don't know, maybe 2 boat lengths from them. Yeah. And then we passed them on the last downwind leg.
Great. Now you've been the Italian champion here now, 4 years on the trot.
Yeah.
Congratulations again for that.
Thank you very much.
Do you think that your local knowledge helped a lot yesterday?
A little, yeah. Maybe on the first beat of the first race, you know.
Okay.
Because I know when the sea breeze is getting to 80, it will come back to 260, 250, maybe 240. That's why I choose the left on the first beat.
And that's amazing, really, because the Russian made his gain from the right.
Yeah. Maybe it's because of the start, you know. Maybe if he was over the line, you know, it was easier for them to find a clear spot back, and you know. The game is not the same, you know, when you start ahead.
And you, that's right. And you made a few gains from the left-hand side of the beat.
Yeah, we were playing the middle left coming up. Yeah. And playing the shifts, and there was nice pressure out there, I think.
Yeah.
Yes.
A bit more than on the right side.
Yeah.
So what did you finish, 9th, did you say?
7th. We climbed up, but we were mainly gaining on the downwinds.
Yeah, that's fantastic. And then, so we finished that race, God knows, about 4:30, I guess? Maybe 5 o'clock?
Yeah.
And the decision then was to have another race. Now, what do you think about that? But first of all, Lars.
Well, I think we needed that 3rd race to get a championship. I mean, we only have 2 days left, and there's right now no winner out there. Yeah. So we need to have 4 races just to have a European championship. Yeah. So, but I'm missing the first day. We only had 1 race, and the wind and conditions were perfect for a second. But we have something with the rules, I think.
Yeah. I mean, being now a little bit connected with the IDA, I do know that there's a rule that says only one race can be sailed on the first day. And going even further than that, this practice race business, do we need to really have a whole day for a practice race?
No, I don't.
I mean, really, John Sebastian, don't you think that that in actual fact the practice day race was probably the best conditions we had so far?
You're right.
I mean, if we're going to have a practice, why don't we have just a practice start and a first beat, say, but then have a race as well on the same day? Would you agree with that?
I will agree, sure.
I mean, that way, we're still only having one European race on the first day,
but we're saving a day.
But we're combining it with the practice race. Anyway, that's something for the IDA to look at, because we lost a whole day the day before yesterday. And it looks like we could very well lose a whole day again today. Maybe. What do you think?
Oh, no, I think the wind will come. You know?
Okay.
Yeah, you can see some clouds coming from here.
Okay.
So we can have some good sea breeze, you know, some like they call here ponente.
Okay. He has eyes. He has eyes everywhere. So I'm following him today. Now, in the second race, so we did get the second race away. Now there's a lot of controversy. I'm hearing now. They took a bit of time to get the second race going. There was a confusion for some reason on board the boat, and the black flag came down at about 3 minutes.
Yeah.
I mean, we got to compliment people when they do well, but I'm afraid on that particular incident cost the whole fleet 20 minutes, because a mistake was made with the timing with the flags, and so they had to put the AP up, and then didn't move the pin or the boat, did they? It was their mistake.
Yeah, it was their mistake.
They then had to go back into the 11 minute and then the 10 minute and so on. We lost 20 minutes, which in actual fact was quite crucial at the end of the day, wasn't it? Because they had to shorten the course. And I've heard a lot of people said that the line, there were a lot of people over the line, but they just let it go. What do you think about that, Lars?
Well, I have no clue. I was in the second row, so I couldn't see anything.
Okay.
But I was holding myself back because I thought I was on the line.
Yeah.
So probably if somebody think that boats were over the line, they could be right about that.
Yeah.
But I'm a little bit more frustrated about this, getting back to the 10 minutes every time we have a restart.
Yeah.
I think we should go directly into the 6 minutes, so we cut away 4 minutes every time.
Yeah, that's a good thing. The only thing is that they suggested that because the line would be so long,
it's not so long.
That it takes a long time in light winds to get from one end to the other. You know, so to choose which end you're going to start, if you're only got 6 minutes to choose it, or 5 minutes, is not long enough. I mean, that was the reason.
Sure.
But, you know, what do you think, JS, about that?
I don't know. My thought is 6 minutes is enough, you know.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
You can stay in the middle of the line, take your time, and you got 2 or 3 minutes to go on the end of the line or on the other end. You have plenty of time to do that.
Yeah.
You know.
What we've tried to avoid here is downwind finishes, and in actual fact, the first race yesterday, with the time, if they knew they were going to try for a second race, they probably should have shortened at the gate at the bottom. Do you think second time down?
I think it was a good race.
Do you think?
I think it was perfect. I don't like to have 2 short races.
Yeah.
No.
And if you can do a complete one,
yes,
it's perfect.
This is what this is what I did say. I did say to the race officer, please don't shorten just to get the second race in.
No.
But you know, with the timing yesterday, we were coming in. It was dark.
Yeah, but that's sometimes. I was more sad to be out so early. It would be nice to stay here for a few hours without waiting in that big swell, because that swell was awful.
Yeah,
destroying the sails and flapping.
Oh God, yeah, it's terrible. Yeah. But of course, hindsight is, as they say, a wonderful thing. But in general, race officer doing a good job here.
I think so. Except the mistakes they did yesterday by dropping the black flag 3 minutes before.
But that probably wasn't his call. You know, it was the flag person in the hooter.
But everybody makes mistakes. Also us sometimes when we
we make a lot. So then the second race, anyway. So the second race, you had a second place.
Yes.
And that puts you in a commanding position overall.
Yeah, we're surprised to be so well at the moment after 3 races. But that second race, we did not get a good start. No. So we had to bail out. We were starting like near the middle or 1/3 down the line.
Yeah.
So we had to bail out, and we just, I don't know, a gap just opened for us, just for us. So I just...
They'll be calling you Moses soon.
Yeah. I just saw 2 boats, I crossed behind them, and then we just had a clear lane, because boats coming towards us that we were prepared to tack for, they tacked just under us.
Okay.
So it was like just open water. So within 1 minute, we were full speed with clear air. And then I saw everybody on the right of us. Every time they went further in, they had more pressure.
Okay.
So it was like going into the honey, you know.
Yeah. So get in there.
Just get in there. So we just kept going, and but then we didn't go all the way to the ley line. So we tacked a few hundred meters below.
Yeah.
And same thing happened like I've seen before. That the wind somehow they died a little bit on the hip of us.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that was pretty lucky that first beat.
Okay.
And then I think we came to the top mark of about 7 or 8 or something. And everybody jibed except us, because my super crew Fritjof, he's a top-notch starboard sailor, so he is good looking back for pressure.
Yeah.
And he saw pressure on the outside, so we continued and we made a huge gain.
Okay, that was the first run.
That was the first run, yeah.
Yeah. And tell me, the $64 million question: are you gaining an advantage with this rocket ship O-boat, in your opinion?
I think sometimes it's got advantages, but when it gets choppy, we're suffering because it's heavy in the ends, in the nose and the back.
Yeah.
So if we have flat water, I think we have good speed.
Yeah.
But others also have good speed. But
sure.
So I would say it's pretty average.
And how does she compare this one with your 2 boats that you have? Because you have 2 Peterson Towsons, do you?
Yes. I think mine that I have at home. We need to have the crew more forward. I think the keel on this one is more forward, so we can be more in a normal position.
Yeah. And Giuseppe, this is his second boat now.
Second
isn't it?
boat, yeah.
Because Cloud was the first one, wasn't it?
Yeah, you're right.
I see that over in the trailer part there. And what year is this one from?
Say again?
What year is the boat from?
2010.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because you're going like hell.
No, it's all right. It's all right.
Yeah.
We made a big work on the sails. You know?
Okay.
Yeah.
And you use the North?
We are using Zaoli sails.
Oh.
Yeah.
And we're
a local sail maker.
Okay.
So we have been trying to develop a set of sails who suits the special conditions here. You know?
Okay.
You know, because it's very bumpy with not so much wind. You get more seas and more wind.
Yeah. Okay. Well done. You're second overall now.
Yeah. Thank you.
Great sailing, both of you. We hope for one more race today, and we'll get back to you.
Thanks, Stav. Thanks, boys.